creating cultural awareness and understanding. This is Culture Clique. Culture Clique is written and produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University.
Today on Culture Clique, we are in Kryzsko Commons with comedian Lavell Crawford. Lavell travels all over doing comedy and has even been in movies and TV shows including Hubie Halloween and Breaking Bad. We got to learn how Lavell got into comedy, what his comedy style is, and about other projects he's currently working on. This is KJ with Lavell Crawford on Culture Clique. So I'm here today with Lavell Crawford, who just got done performing here on campus at Winona State University. How are you doing tonight, Lavell?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So you obviously just got done performing. How do you think it went?
Man, it went good. It went good for a post-pandemic first time out show. It was good. It was good. And like I said, I haven't done a college in 25 years. I mean, I used to do college. I used to do I was in what's it called, NACA and all that. I did a lot of those kind of things back in the day. Then I went out with this black comedy tour with Brian Dennis, so we did a bunch of colleges all over the country. And also did the other NACA, I can't think of the name of it, but anyway. I think it was fun, and I was glad to, do something for the students who, are still trying to make their way in America during this triumphant time. And y'all are nurses, a lot of nurses up here, future nurses that's gonna be out helping America get back on its feet. So, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So, what made you get into comedy?
Getting kicked out of the house, I think, I flunked out of college. Man. Like I said, I went to Missouri Western State College first. I played football, then I lost my scholarship because of my grades. And I came home, went to community college, and after that, I been going, trying to find my way in the world, and I knew I had to do something. I used to watch Richard Pryor, and I met Sinbad at my college, actually. We brought him up there when Sinbad was younger, and before he even really became major. And I saw him, and I thought it was epic, because as far as urban comedians or black comedians, I only knew Richard Pryor and Red Fox. So when I've seen Sinbad, I was amazed, and I thought he was great. He was a cool dude. I got his autograph still on a piece of the board. At home at my mom's house, and I thought it was incredible, man, to see him. And I said, man, that's something I want to do. I want to be a rapper, but then the rap game, I would make jokes about people, so that wound up being funny. So I said, man, maybe I should do stand-up, and I went up. When I got home after many times in school, I went up and got it. I said, Lord, if I get one laugh at the Funny Bone in St. Louis, I'll make it a career. Here I am 35 years later.
Awesome. So, what kind of style of comedy would you say that you do?
I think I'm that everybody's funny uncle style. Just let it come from the hip and have no filter. And I think that, that's what I do. I like to do fun, no-brainer, but also have to use the message that I'm putting in it, even though it is a no-brainer. Some of the stuff I may touch on, it still has merit and has some reason. So that's what kind of guy I am. It's just to say it and go against the grain kind of guy.
Okay. So when it comes to do you write a lot of your material, or is it just kind of on the spot?
Sometimes, a lot of times it's on the spot, but I have wrote a lot of comedy, and I do everything. The stage is my writer's guide, because I think the audience will let you know if you should say it again. You always try it 3 times. That's why I wrote in my book. You try something 3 times, and if it don't work on that 3rd time, leave it alone. Or find your audience, and you always got to find your audience. Find the people that's gonna laugh.
Oh, so you wrote a book then?
Yeah, I wrote a book. It's called The Comedy School Guide to Stand Up. It's a handbook. Hopefully you'll do some seminars and webinars around the country. Hopefully, people will look at it, and I don't know if it's gonna make you as funny as me, or even funny, or even a successful comedian, but you be the best you could be with the book. That's what I look at.
Awesome.
It's on Amazon right now.
Oh, that's really cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
What I did know is that besides being a comedian, you're also an actor. You've starred in Breaking Bad, Hubie Halloween, and a bunch of other stuff that I looked up, and I'm like, I was impressed. What's that like?
Oh, it's a blessing. God has been good to me because comedy has been the key, the doorway to all that stuff. And stand-up has all, been opening all the doors. Breaking Bad was an honor because I didn't even know about when it first came out. I got to watch like the pilot, I think. Never got to watch it again, but then I didn't know that I was going to be part of such a big iconic show that they turned into a movie in some ways and everything. So, and then I got a spin-off with Better Call Saul. So, it's been an incredible opportunity to be in it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting, especially with some of the other projects, and a lot of them were kind of more comedy movies and films and shows, so it's a pretty good fit for you.
Yeah, I love it, man, because like I said, it opened doors. I met Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler requested me in his movie, and I was always a big fan of his. And his first movie called Ridiculous Six, and I was just like enamored that he allowed me, because I always said I wanted to be like Adam Sandler, because when he does movies, he always books all his friends, and I thought that was fantastic, that he books all of his friends, and I said that's what I want to do, is give my friends who may not get that opportunity, because Hollywood is so fickle, and people with power, they pick who they want, and you might not get in. But if when the guy allowed me in that door to able to call the shots, that's what I'm gonna do, just like him.
Wow, that's impressive that he actually requested you.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Oh man, me, you. Oh my God. I was just like, I said, is this serious? It's just so amazing when you step out on faith and you just go for what you know. You realize that, hey man, nothing can stop you. There's nothing out of your reach.
Yeah, for sure. So you kind of mentioned a bit on how COVID-19 has affected your gigs and stuff, but you're obviously touring a bit now, because you mentioned in the show that you're going to
Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah. So how else, were you off for a few months when COVID originally started?
Or? Oh yeah, I think everybody was.
Yeah.
I don't think and some people work from home, but I think everybody was off, and like I said, honestly, I got a little worried, because like I said, I'll be honest on stage. I have a degree, maybe, but I can't get it because, it's up there, and I had paid my student loan, and, so I don't have really that. The comedy I've been doing it 30-something years. It's hard to just I'm going to fill out an application, and hopefully, but I used my time wisely. I started writing. I wrote a children's book also called Fishing with My Big Daddy. It's about my grandfather, the first time he took me fishing. And so my son did all the illustrations. Hopefully it'll be out everywhere. And I'm praying in about a month.
That's awesome.
So it's I just started being creative, man, and just staying creative, and I did my Instagram post and all that stuff, and I went through a few stressful moments like everybody else, but one thing I say, and I always talk about, God kept my head straight, and I was able to persevere through it. And I mean, when they called me and said, "Hey, you wanna get back out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, please." And it was rough being trapped in that house. I love my wife and kids, but it's like sometimes you need that moment.
Yeah, I understand living with 3 other girls.
Yeah.
It's kind of been stressful.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, you go to, you know, it's like I love my children, you know, my wife and stuff, but you know, it's caged up, but it just taught us how to persevere through adversity. I mean, it's just like, it's like a different adversity. Like I was talking about the snowstorm, and I lived in Houston. I mean, our water was off, our electricity off, right in the middle of me and my wife's anniversary. And we was trying to go out of town. We couldn't leave because the snowstorm was coming. We stayed at a hotel. The electricity went off at the hotel. We in the dark. Then my kids said it was off at home, so we tried to get home. And then we get home, the water's off, the electricity off. And thank God we had bought this big generator, man. So we was able to make some things happen. But you know, in the midst of it, just helps you be creative and, you know, learn how to fight.
Yeah. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah. I have friends who live in Texas, and it was really scary for them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people was not ready, you know. A lot of people not ready.
So this might be a big question, but what was your big break when you finally thought, I made it?
Honestly, I don't think I have yet.
Really?
I think I'm still on that verge. I think once I do a sitcom that lasts maybe about 4 or 5 years, and you know, starring my own movie, starring a big budget movie, I think that's when I feel like I made it. But I have made it to a point that, you know, a place like Winona University, a school I never heard of, wanted me to come down and do a show, which I'm off the radar. I would think I would be off the radar from the school, but, you know, people call me they say, you know, a lot of people, you're a legend, you're a GOAT, blah, 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 you know, and so being I think I made it in that aspect as far as solidified myself as being a funny comedian. I think that's one thing I've done.
I full-heartedly agree with that. So where all have you traveled and performed then? All over the United States?
I've done it in the U.S. and out of the U.S. I've been to Ahmad, Jordan, London, England. I've been to Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been places, the Bahamas, several places, and performed everywhere, wherever this has no bounds.
Okay, where was your favorite place to perform?
Favorite?
You know, tricky question.
Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. I think I enjoyed the troops because, you know, it was fun, like Germany and Ahmad, Jordan, because those guys over there, you know, scared to death and risking their life, and I think that was a lot of fun. And, you know, I mean, of course, in the States, there's always places like Vegas, Atlantic City, and stuff like that, but Atlanta, Birmingham, I think anywhere people come out and want to have a good time, that's my favorite place to stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always what you want as a comedian. Mm-hmm. You want to make people laugh.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And yeah, with COVID and mask wearing and social distancing, it's a little weird looking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the good thing about it, I went out in 2020 and I started doing it, so I got used to it. And the powerful thing about it, like you know, in some states they're being more lax with it when you're sitting down at the table. So I'm starting to see more people laughing and smiling. Now they have their mask on it, you know. So that is rewarding, you know. It's just fun to have that going on. So that's where my spirit, like the Holy Spirit, is going to change all this, so we can get back to enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and it's really helpful because a lot of people are very reactive when they're laughing. You can easily tell by their body language.
Yeah. I can, when you can hear them, So it's like, what I love is I can get a person to laugh while they take it off, and that's my goal.
So you mentioned you've never heard of Winona before.
I've heard of the name Winona Judge and Winona Ryder. I said, is this a school of shoplifting?
So you're here now. Would you ever come back and perform again?
Oh, sure, because anybody that likes me, I like them. And I would love to come back. And I hope that I come back when, like I said, when it's a little warmer, with the people who are coming out and they're more adjustable and everybody want to have fun and it got past that they're loosening up, because I see the tightness, I see it, and I understand. I mean, I don't know where is Minnesota on how are they still, what's their thing now, what's their rules now?
We've within the past maybe 2-3 weeks, we've lifted a lot of restrictions.
Okay.
So a lot of our bars in public areas are open again, where people can have more capacity inside, because our numbers have gone down now that the vaccine has come out. So it's been relaxed, but a lot of the time beforehand, everything was shut down.
Yeah.
Especially when we came back for college. They literally shut everything down, in preparation for us coming back.
Yeah. I would assume they would. And so, do you know the ratio of students that came back? Did a lot of them come back, or did...
A lot of them did come back, as far as I know. Because this is a big college town.
Right.
It was at lower capacity within the dorms and stuff. Everyone was one to an actual dorm room.
Right.
But I know a lot of my classmates who have come back. My roommates say a lot of their classmates have also are in the area, but none of us are really on campus if we already live off campus. We're just here in case we need to.
Yeah.
But I do know a lot of people who did stay home.
Okay.
And because it was just easier for them to Zoom.
Okay.
But otherwise, we have found out that starting in the fall, classes will resume in person.
In person, okay.
For basically the most part, they want to get us back in person now.
Right.
Which I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because it'll be my last year, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
You got a job lined up in media?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully because this is an internship right now, so by doing this, I'm hoping it'll lead to a job.
Yeah. I guess, I did radio a few times. I did it for a year with Tom Joyner. I was on there. I had comedy segments on there, and I enjoyed it. I'm praying that I still give me a radio show, because I think radio will always be around. I think it's still alive. I know podcasts will be in. I think that's the way to go. So I'm working on bringing my podcast up to par. And I've been doing. I got 600 listeners, but I haven't really implied myself, to it like I should. So once I apply myself and get it, it should be fine.
Yeah, podcasts are definitely kind of more the way to go now, especially considering you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Or with radio, you have limitations.
Big time. Big time. And the thing about only thing podcasts is cool. You get sponsors, but they get spotted buying on your show. They already know what you do.
Yeah.
No rules.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, that's also exciting. You do a lot. You've been in movies. You're obviously a comedian. You're making a podcast. You've written books. What haven't you done?
Well, I haven't got to shoot my own movie, direct my own movies.
That's up and coming.
Yeah. That's my goal right now, is just to do that, bring that to life, and like you said, I don't want to have no rock unturned. I love trying to be creative. I think that's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
To be creative. I mean, I think people get bored with it. I think they don't understand that you need creative people. I mean, our museum's gonna die if we don't have a great artist come and do something new, not regurgitating. You know, music will die if somebody don't come and be, you know, every Drake ain't gonna live forever. I mean, you know, Kanye going into business and other businesses. We gotta find talented, you know, you got Travis Tritt can't sing for the rest of his life, but, you know, so it's gotta always be something new, talented people, rock, classical, whatever. So, and, you know, comedy, I ain't gonna be around for that forever, so don't do Lavell, do you. Find your comedy, find your world. You know, that's the strategic plan in this game, is be creative. Find that way to keep things going from you. Not TikTok, not Instagram, not none of that. You gotta find your world, you know, like, you know, to come in the hard way. Like American Idol, to me, that's hard. You know, America Got Talent, that's hard. You getting on there where you got judges and you gotta go through the preliminaries and work your butt off. That's, you know, bringing your talent to really learn how to be talented. Sitting at home and making a quick video that you can edit, it's too simple.
Yeah. So final question, where can people learn more about you?
I have a website called comedianlavellcrawford.com. It got a lot of abouts and all that. You know, you can follow me on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. Instagram is LAVELLS@AOL.com. No, I'm sorry, that's my I'm sorry. LAVELLSTHA, the comic, COMIC, the comic. You can find me there. Facebook is Comedian Lavell Crawford. Also, you can hit me on my Gmail. That's my fan email, fan page. You can hit that up. It's Comedian Lavell Crawford at Gmail. Like I said, give me books, my comedy book, my children's book. My podcast is called Lavell Crawford Unscripted on Anchor. And you can find it. It's where you can get me on all this stuff.
That they can find you. As long as they search your name, you'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah, I will. I got my irons in every fire until I go off the grid.
Well, thank you, Lavell, so much for doing this. Your show was amazing.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I was glad I was able to get through it and make it come down and make y'all laugh. I had fun. It was an interesting moment. I wondered what it was going to be about. But hey, I did it.
You did it.
That's right. It wasn't Zoom, it was live.
And hopefully we'll see you back here sometime soon.
Most definitely. They'll come back. I mean, as soon as they want me back, I'll be back.
I'll tell them to bring you back.
All right.
Thanks again to Lavell Crawford for the interview. To learn more about Lavell and any upcoming projects, go to comedianlavellcrawford.com. To stream today's episode or any other episode of Culture Clique, go to KQAL.org under the podcast tab. This is KJ on Culture Clique.
Creating cultural awareness and understanding. You've been listening to Culture Clique. Support for Culture Clique is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Culture Clique is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. For more information, look us up on the web at kqal.org. And thanks for listening to Culture Clique.